MLB The Show's coverage of Thursday night baseball brings us to Angel Stadium of Anaheim. It's the home opener of this new season between the San Francisco Giants and the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim. Two of the best bats in the business go at it next on the show. Out of the first base dugout is leadoff hitter Ichiro Suzuki, and we are ready for baseball from the big
center fielder, number 51.
And the first pitch of the night here is taken for ball one, and we're underway in Anaheim. And Harold, this Angels ball club entering play here tonight. They are in the midst of a pretty bad stretch as they've dropped 6 straight coming in.
Matt, when you're on a struggling team, you always look around and say, this is win night. We got the ace on the mound. I don't care how poor you're playing. When your ace is throwing, you feel like you got a chance to win that game.
And that's in there. Base hit. And he will hasten his way back to first, where he's in there safely. Ready now, Eduardo Nunez. His average coming in way up there in the 380s. First pitch coming. Here it is. Hit high in the air down the right field line. And that'll get down for a base hit. And they're going to hold him to a single here as they do a nice job of getting it back in quickly.
Batting third.
Now at the plate, Joey Gallo. He carries a batting line in the 280s to begin this one. Grounded back up the middle. And that'll get through into center field for a base hit. The run is in to score, and they take an early 1-0 lead. Here's Carlos Santana now. The average for him entering play sits down in the 250s. First delivery to him on the way. And he'll just get a piece here as this is chopped foul at home plate. The 0-1 pitch. A little late on this one as it's lifted the other way down the left field line. Young coming on. 1 out. Now in the box, Brandon Crawford hitting just a bit over the Mendoza line on the year. Becomes set. Here's the 0-0 pitch. A splitter, but he started it too low as it bounces up to the plate.
Matt, this is how you want to start a game. First inning, you already jump on them early. You get 1 run in, and now you have 2 other runners on base. You come up with a big hit here, you can really make a big dent right here in this game in the first inning.
He's got a couple of pitches to deal with right here, but he's starting to lose command of his pitches. It might be time to take a step back and try to refocus on making some good pitches.
You're sitting 2-0 in that situation. You get the fastball, but it's not the location you want, so you lay off it. I love that. That's great discipline hitting.
In a double play situation, that's the location you want a guy to swing at. More than likely, he's going to beat it into the ground.
Maldonado has a play, makes the play, and there are 2 gone now. In now is Anthony Rendon. He enters play hitting down in the 240s for the year.
Anthony Rendon.
Down and away, 1 ball and no strikes. 2 men are on with 2 men out. That's 2-0. Too tight with that one. 3-0.
2 on, 2 out with a base open here as a pitcher. You have to be awful careful. You just don't want to groove something here and give this guy a pitch that he can hit one out of the park on.
Calhoun is there, and he'll put it away to retire the side. Here's Eric Young Jr. now. He'll lead things off here in the bottom half of the first.
For the Halos, left fielder Eric Young Jr.
There's a knee-high pitch that catches the zone. Harold, you take a look at the Giants as they begin play here tonight. They come in winners of 3 in a row and riding a nice little run to start the new series.
Well, Matt, I really like their pitching staff, but I think the key to this game is clearly falls on their shoulders. They throw off-speed pitches for strikes, and they mix their pitch as well. I think if they do that, they got a chance to win.
But right there to glove it is the shortstop for the first out.
Center fielder.
Standing in, Ben Revere. He enters play hitting in the 260s for the year. In there, 0-1. The windup and the 0-1. Set up away with the changeup, but it's 1-1. One out, nobody on. And that misses. 2-1. And that's lifted the other way out to left. Nunez moves over, and he brings it in for the second out of the inning.
Batting third.
So here's Francisco Lindor now. He comes into play with a batting average in the respectable 270s. Into the windup and the pitch. Swing and a miss just behind a lively fastball.
The good hitters, they don't usually have trouble with the low 90s fastball. He might have been looking for something else.
That's lifted the other way out to left. Nunez is there, and he'll make the catch to retire the side. Stepping in is Josh Reddick, hitting right at the 1-for-4 pace with a 250 batting average for the season. Infield in the overshift here. Now the pitch. Second inning starts with a fastball that misses. It's 1-0. Pitch on the way. And they won't get him to chase the curveball in the dirt that time, and it's 2-0 now.
That's just not a competitive pitch. I mean, that ball wasn't even close. Now the hitter's sitting 2-0.
Outside, 3-0 now.
Ball 3 to a leadoff hitter that can run. Not the greatest way to start this right here. I think right now you really have to start pouring some pitches into that strike zone.
And that misses for ball 4. So it's a leadoff walk here to start the second.
The designated
now
hitter,
at the plate, Kelby Tomlinson. First chance for him here with a man on following the leadoff walk. A fastball here as he'll take a look at ball 1. 1-0. Here comes the 1-0. Sent out to straightaway center field. Revere is under it. 1 away. And he will scurry back to first as he'll think twice about trying to move up. Here's Connor Gillespie. First swings for him in this one with a runner still at first and one gone. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Easy fly ball into shallow center field. Revere comes on now and makes the catch in shallow center for round number 2. So it's a runner at first with 2 gone, and it'll be back to the top of the lineup now for Ichiro
Suzuki.
First pitch of the at-bat on its way. And this is in the air down the left field line and into foul territory. Young is under it, and he makes the catch for out. Stepping in, Michael Brantley. He'll lead things off against Matt Cain.
Designated hitter.
Here comes the first pitch.
Brantley.
And here's a ball hit in the air. Nunez on the move, and no one will track it down.
Ooh, that was a good pitch to hit. He wants that one back. He was just a little bit late on it.
Tried to pull that one back, but he couldn't do it, and it's 0-2 now. Now here it comes. There's a ball ripped toward the gap in left center. Brantley will take the turn and head for second now. And he'll pull into second here with nobody out. So striding in, Cole Calhoun, as he'll look to bring home that tying run from second with a base hit into the outfield. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. This is on the ground over to first. And that's through into right field for a base hit. Brantley is on his way home. And they'll put the brakes on at third. Runners at the corners with nobody out.
First baseman.
At the plate, C.J. Cron, as he's got a chance to tie this ball game up with that equalizing run just 90 feet away at third. 4-1. 1-0 count. Here it is. And that one right down Main Street. He's set. Here comes the 1-1. In the air, out to right. On the move is Reddick. Looks it into his glove, and there's one gone. In to score, the runner from third. Here's Dustin Ackley. 1 in, 1 out, and 1 on here in the inning. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. And this is heading for the seats and out of play to the left. Ready with the 0-1. A fastball down near the shoe tops. Foul right at the plate. The count moves now to 1-2. Kane ready, the 1-2. And he lays off a pitch outside as they draw even at 2-2. Working for the punch out and the offering. Now a half swing, but it's strike 3 anyway, says the home plate umpire, and that's out number 2. Here's Caleb Coward. The average on the season sits right at 290 to begin the day. High fly ball out to straightaway center. Ichiro moves over, and that ends the inning. Stepping in and ready for another shot, Eduardo Nunez. He'll step in to lead it off in the top of the third. Into the windup and the pitch. Chopped weakly to the left. Throw to first in time, and the leadoff man is gone to start the third. Ready for another chance? Joey Gallo. He came through with an RBI single in his last at-bat. Outfield shaded toward right center. Here's the first pitch. Swing, and that's hit out of play up into the plaza level. The windup and the 0-1. Another one fouled off, and he's quickly behind 0-2. Hit weakly back to the mound. Throw gets him, 2 down. Digging in for his second at-bat, Carlos Santana. 0 for 1 for him here in this one. First offering on its way. Swing, and he puts a charge into this one. High and deep, and you can forget about it. This ball is gone. Here's the shortstop, Brandon Crawford. 0 for 1 here in the early going.
Brandon Crawford.
First pitch of the at-bat. Started to go around there, but he holds up ball 1. Into his windup. Here comes the 1-0. Just a tick behind for a strike. From the windup, the 1-1 pitch. Drilled to first. Crone has it, and he'll step on the bag himself, and the inning. Now to the plate, Martin Maldonado. He'll get us going in the home half of inning number 3. First pitch on its way. Swing and a miss on a nice biting slider. A wave and a miss, a tick behind a good fastball.
I really like his game plan. You can clearly see his game plan was, I'm going to bust him inside, and he's done that, and we're already in the third inning and continues to pound the ball in.
Again, he sends it out of play. Now another 0-2. On the ground up the middle. He gets dirty, but he can't get there, and it's into center field. So that puts the leadoff man aboard to get the inning underway.
How about it?
Striding in once again, Eric Young Jr. Hit it hard, but lined out in his first at-bat. Starts him out with a slider for a strike. The 0-1 delivery. Line drive snagged on a short hop, and he'll get the fielder's choice play at second, but that's all. At the plate, Ben Revere. Flied out in his first at-bat, so make him 0 for 1 so far. Drops in a strike to start the at-bat, 0-1.
This is the situation where there's a lot of pressure on the infielders if the ball's put in play on the ground. Both the guy at first and at the...
And he's into second safely with a stolen base. Ready with the 1-1. Ground ball sent back up the middle, and that's through into center field. Base hit. Young rounds third and is digging for the plate, and the run is in to score from second. Digging in the switch hitter, Francisco Lindor. So far 0 for 1 with a flyout. Revere rides off for second. Sends that one out of play for strike one. Ready with the 0-1 pitch. Liner toward right center. And that's into the outfield for a one-out base hit. Revere rounds the corner and is headed home. And the runner from first comes around to score. And he's going to score with ease as the throw will be too late. Digging in to try it again, Michael Brantley. He scored a run after stroking a double in his first at-bat. Goes the other way with it as this is in the air down the line in left. Nunez is over to his right, and he puts this one away for out number 2. Cole Calhoun will stand in now. A base hit in his first trip. Kane sets. First pitch on the way. Now a check swing, but it's strike one anyway, says the home plate umpire. Good lead off is second there. Now the pitch. Hit out towards second. Throw to first will get him easily, and the side is retired. In now is Anthony Rendon. He's 0 for 1 thus far.
Second baseman, Anthony Rendon.
Into the windup and the pitch. And a slider on the inside for strike one.
Matt, I don't know if you know this, but less than 60% of his first pitches have been for a strike. And he's still having a good game. I don't know what he's doing. They just haven't been able to figure him out.
Calhoun has to come in a few steps, but he has it for out number 1.
Now batting.
Digging in now, Josh Reddick. He drew a walk his first time up. First pitch of the at-bat. And this is taken outside for ball 1. Here it comes, 1-0. And he won't bite at that one either. It's 2-0.
Well, they walked him the first AB, and clearly he's already got 2 balls now. They're not challenging him, but as a hitter, it's very difficult to stay patient. But you have to. This is where you got to be patient and get your pitch.
This is hit the other way out toward left field. Young moves over. 2 gone. Here's Kelby Tomlinson. Comes into this at-bat 0 for 1 in the ball game. First pitch coming. Here it is. Now a check swing, but he holds up in time. Ball 1. The windup and the 1-0 pitch. Sent toward first. Oh, and a beautiful diving catch there will end the inning as the side. Striding in, C.J. Cron. He'll lead things off here in this one-run contest. Into the windup and the pitch. Tough slider over the inside corner for a strike. The windup and the 0-1. Hit back up the middle. There is Crawford. And he's set down, 1 away. Here's Dustin Ackley. 0 for 1 for him here in this one. Now a changeup is bounced to second. Throw to first will get him. Already 2 away here in the home 4th. Coming to the plate now, Caleb Cowart. He flew out in his last at-bat. Kane has his target. Here comes the first pitch. And this is lined hard to deep left. And now this will get over the wall down the line out there for a ground rule double.
Now batting.
Standing in, Martin Maldonado. He reached on a single in his first try. Slapped hard the opposite way. That's in there. Base hit. And they'll add another run to their lead as the run scores from second to make it 4-2 now. Here's Eric Young Jr. now, trying to keep things
second.
He's going now with a runner at first.
Junior.
Now some action out in the Giants bullpen as they'll have both a left-hander and a right-hander get loose. Swing and a liner, but this will be a foul ball. 4 runs, 7 hits, and no errors to this point for the Angels. And now this is served out to left off the end of the bat. That gets down, and the inning will continue. Long throw to third. The tag, and he is out at third base. Cut down. Here's Connor Gillespie. He'll start things out as we begin the 5th.
Third baseman, Connor Gillespie.
First pitch coming. Here it is. First pitch fastball off the plate there, and it's ball 1. Starts to go around, but the home plate umpire says he held up ball 2. From the windup, the 2-0 pitch. Outside and low, 3-0.
Not the way you'd like to start this 5th inning, falling behind 3-0 on the count. It's about time he starts throwing some strikes.
Line towards center field, but this will hang up a bit too long as it's taken in chest high for the first out.
Now batting.
Ready once again, Ichiro Suzuki. 1 for 2 on his line so far in the game. First offering on its way. And here's a ball hit in the air. Lindor is there to take it as they're able to set down Ichiro on just 1 pitch.
Now batting.
Digging in, Eduardo Nunez. He's 1 for 2 in the ball game. First pitch on its way. A fastball here as he'll take a look at ball 1. 1-0.
I really like how he's getting ahead early in the count. He's pitching aggressively, and what that does, it holds the pitch count down.
And they won't get him to chase the curveball in the dirt that time, and it's 2-0 now. And a ball popped foul to the right side, out of play. Into the windup. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Pitch swung on and hit in the air. Revere is after it. He gets there to make the catch, and that ends the inning. Digging in and looking for more, Ben Revere. A hit in 2 tries so far.
Center fielder, Ben Revere.
Into the windup and the pitch. And here's a ball hit in the air. In there, a base hit. He's around first, heading for 2. Throw into second, and he's going to get to second now with nobody out. Digging in once again, Francisco Lindor. He doubled earlier in the game. 1 for 2 to this point. Josh Osich is going to take over here in inning number 5, so it'll be a bullpen game from here on out.
Number 61, Josh Osich.
Swing, and he pops him up over toward foul territory. And he'll stay with it here as he puts the squeeze on it for out number 1. Here's Michael Brantley. 1 for 2 with a double on the ledger so far.
Michael Brantley.
From the belt, the pitch. The cutter runs outside, ball 1. 4-2 our score here as we play inning number 5. Now a fastball for a called strike. It's 1-1.
That's a big fastball, obviously, and we're going to see this reliever throw it a lot.
He pulls this one into right, and that gets down as he can't get there in time. The tag by Santana, and he is out at the plate. Now batting, Cole Calhoun. He's singled in 2 trips to the plate thus far. There goes Brantley. Pitches a cold strike. The throw. Way late, and he's in there easily at second. 0-1 count. Here it comes. Swing and a miss here, and he's behind in the count now, 0-2. Well, for Brantley, he picks up his 5th stolen, and we'll have to leave it there as this is strike 3. Digging in once again, Joey Gallo. He'll try and get things started as we begin inning number 6.
Gallo.
First pitch of the at-bat. Very weakly on the ground. And the leadoff man in the inning will get the job done here. It's an infield single. Here's Carlos Santana now. He comes in 1 for 2 with that home run he hit earlier. And a fastball to start things out here. Not close. It's a ball and no strikes. Well, he's having a good amount of success here, Dan, even though he hasn't really gotten a ton of swings and misses.
Yeah, it amazes me how every game you pitch can be so different, Matt. Sometimes it feels like guys can't touch you and you're just punching everyone out. But other times you don't have your good stuff and you really rely on movement and location to get outs. That's been the case for him today, and it's really working.
Here's the shortstop, Brandon Crawford. He comes in 0 for 2 thus far.
Crawford.
From the belt, the pitch. Now here's a check swing. Did he go around is the question, and yes he did, says the man in blue. Strike 1. And he misses with it. 1-1.
1 ball, 1 strike.
Here it comes on 1-1. On the ground up the middle. Ackley for 1. On to first as they get the double play to get him out of the inning. Here's C.J. Cron now. He'll lead it off as we start the home 6th.
First baseman.
He's set. Here it comes. Cron. Sliced hard but foul. Look out over there. On its way, the 0-1 pitch.
Nope,
good changeup that time, but he wouldn't bite on it. A wave and a miss, a tick behind a good fastball. Well, as demonstrated there, that's a tough pitch to do anything with.
Yeah, good luck. But hey, a high fastball all of a sudden becomes really dangerous for a pitcher if it's not spotted above the zone. A little height difference makes all the difference.
He'll try again. 1-2. Grounded to short. Crawford fields it cleanly. And a good throw gets him. 1 gone. Ready for another shot now. Dustin Ackley. It's been an 0 for 2 effort for him to this point. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Chop fouled over towards the coaching box. Oh, and you talk about a pitcher getting the benefit of the doubt. That's low, but called to strike anyway. 0-2 now. And he'll try to hold back, but he won't be able to, as that's ruled a swing, and there are 2 away now.
Now batting.
Here's Caleb Coward. 1 for 2 with a double on his line thus far. Lifted in the air out towards left center. Nunez giving chase. No trouble with this one, and the inning is over. Back here at Angel Stadium of Anaheim. The Angels are out on top in this one as we get caught up on our game summary through the first 6 innings of play.
For the Giants.
Digging in to try it again. Anthony Rendon. 0 for 2 on his line thus far. Hit on the ground to short. Lindor fields it cleanly. And the throw to first is in time, so the leadoff man is gone here to start inning number 7. In now, Josh Reddick. He's 0 for 1 thus far. And the shift will not amount to much here as this is lifted in the air out to right field. And he will make the play out there, and there are 2 away now.
Designated hitter.
Stepping in and ready for another shot, Kelby Tomlinson. No hits in 2 trips to the plate for him in the ball game. And here's a ball hit in the air. Calhoun coming on, but he won't get there. It falls in. Ready for another chance. Connor Gillespie. 3rd trip to the plate for him here tonight. 0 for 2 at this point. From the stretch. Ball 1. 7th inning here at the ballpark. 4-2 our score. And a fastball in the dirt that's taken for a ball.
And the reason he's working away so much here is because he's got that big hole on the right side of the infield to worry about with the first baseman holding the runner on. It's always smart to pitch into the defense you have behind you.
Ready to deal. Here's the 2-1. Never tempted to swing at that ball down low. It's ball 3.
Walks are never good, but they're especially bad news late in games like this. It seems like they always come back to bite you.
And this misses here for ball 4. Just the second walk he's issued here into his 7th inning of work.
Now batting, the center fielder.
Striding in once again, Ichiro Suzuki. 2 outs and 2 runners aboard here in the 7th inning. Check swing, but he held up in time. Ball 1. 2 down, runners at first and second. And looked like ball 2 below the knees, but it's ruled a strike, and that evens the count at 1-1. He's set. Now the pitch. And did he go around? No, he did not. Ball 2. To 2-2 now.
With runners on base, 2 outs and 2 strikes, this is a big next pitch for both sides.
Got him swinging, and that will end the inning. Digging in and looking for more, Martin Maldonado. Couple of singles to his credit thus far.
Martin Maldonado.
Fouled straight back. The 0-1. Line, but speared on a hop. Throw in the dirt, but a good job of staying with it that time as he's retired. Ready once again,
8.
Eric Young Jr. He singled his last time up. First delivery to him on the way. Ground ball right side. And that'll find its way into right field for a 1-out single. Here's Ben Revere. 2 for 3 with a double on his line so far.
And Revere.
He's set and the pitch. A changeup that just catches the bottom of the zone for a strike. 0-1 pitch on its way. Swing and a miss just behind a lively fastball.
I mean, these guys look more like lumberjacks than professional hitters right now. They're hacking at everything.
Swinging a ball hit on the ground, and he won't even think about second as he'll flip on to first for the sure out. Digging in the switch hitter, Francisco Lindor. He's got a hit in 3 at-bats to this point.
Lindor.
Good changeup there to start him, but it drops a little low for ball 1. For Young, stolen base number 16 so far. Here's a pop-up now, and that will conclude matters here in the... Digging in, Eduardo Nunez. He'll have the first crack at it here as we start inning number 8.
Eduardo Nunez.
Into the windup and the pitch. And that misses ball 1.
Well, that 2-seam fastball ran a little too much off the plate, but now that sets him up to work with something away and maybe even an off-speed pitch.
Heading out towards shallow right. Calhoun on the run. And a diving effort, but he can't make the play in right. He's around second now as they're still searching for it out there. Nunez takes the turn at third. He wants it all. But no, he'll put on the brakes and head back to third. Now to the plate, Joey Gallo. He's looking for hit number 3 here in this at-bat. Pitch in the dirt, and that gets away.
0-1's the count.
And he will score from third. A daring move as he scores on what ought to be called a wild pitch. The windup and the 0-1. Fastball misses inside. It's even at 1. There's a swing and a ball lifted to left, but back in the seats, out of play. It's 1-2. And another foul ball. Again, a 1-2. Ground ball right into the shift. Ackley from the outfield grass. Throw on to first, so a good comeback there as he gets the first out of the inning. Here's Carlos Santana now. 1 run in and 1 gone so far this inning. Outside with the fastball. That's 1-0. And that will be a base hit here for Santana. He'll get it into second. Not in time, and he's in there with a double. Digging in, Brandon Crawford. He's hitless in 3 at-bats to this point.
Crawford.
First pitch of the at-bat on its way. Swing and a little blooper to center. Ackley into shallow center. He makes the running play. 2 down. So stepping in, Anthony Rendon. He got on top of one and was a ground out victim last time. Trying to hold the lead. Here's the delivery. And he takes a cold strike. 0-1.
That's a big pitch right there. Now he's got him 0-1. And he still may not be comfortable. Even 0-1, he's still a pretty good hitter when he's down the count. This is a big pitch right here.
2-1. Three and 1. He's set, and the 3-1 pitch. And that misses, ball 4. So it's first and second now with 2 out. Stepping in is Josh Reddick in a big at-bat in this one. 2 on, 2 away here in the 8th. And this ball's going to find the seats down the left field line. Foul, strike 1.
After the walk and with runners on the bags, he couldn't afford to fall behind here. Nice job of jumping ahead with strike 1.
Gets the fastball by him here, and he's in control. 0-2. Not a bad pitch there with 2 strikes, but it misses. 1-2.
Well, all of the umpires in the seats thought that was strike 3, and they weren't far off, but I think that was a good call. Looked to be just a bit outside.
Young is there, and he'll make the catch to retire the side. Here's Michael Brantley. He'll see what he can do leading off the home 8.
Designated hitter, Michael
First
Brantley.
pitch of the at-bat. Hit well down the left field line, but back into the crowd. Foul. Here comes the 0-1. This is swung on and lifted down the left field line, but it'll get back into the crowd as he jumps ahead of him now. 0-2. The 0-2 delivery. And he looks at a ball. 1-2. Check swing, no swing, says the home plate umpire. Ball 2.
Wow, how about that? He was tempted to make a swing at that pitch right there. That was way out of the zone, but he just kept his hands back enough.
And that misses there, so he runs the count full now.
Well, he needs a shutdown inning right here, and it's not starting the way he wants. He's already down in the count big time. The last thing you want to do is start the inning by walking a guy and turning the momentum back to the other team. That was a 4th foul ball in this at-bat. He is really making him work.
And this is taken here for ball 4. So the leadoff man's on base to kick off the home 8.
The right fielder, number
Cole
56.
Calhoun will stand in now. He was sent packing on strikes in his last trip. There goes Brantley. And he swings on top of one here and chops it foul right at home plate. Oh, he had him fooled there. No balls and 2 strikes. 4-3 our score here as we play the 8th. Oh, it's on the ground to second. Did he get his double play? To Crawford for 1. On to first to complete the double play. Here's C.J. Cron now. 0 for 2 with a run batted in for him thus far. First pitch coming. Here it is. Just a bit jumpy that time. Swung on and missed. The 0-1 delivery. And he watches one dip low and inside for a ball. 1-1. 2 out, nobody on. Grounded back up the middle. And the inning will continue as that's through for a 2-out hit. Here's Dustin Ackley. 0 for 3 with a couple of strikeouts for him to this point in the ballgame. This is grounded foul. 4 runs, 12 hits, and no errors to this point for the Angels. A little roller toward the hole. He's got it. And 8 innings have come and gone now as the inning is over. So coming to the plate, Kelby Tomlinson. He'll try and lead things off here in inning number 9.
Kelby Tomlinson.
First pitch of the at-bat on its way. Here we go with inning number 9 as the first pitch misses for ball 1. Into his windup, here comes the 1-0. That one's going to find the seats, strike 1.
Well, he fouls off that fastball right there, and you wonder, does he love his fastball enough to come back with it 3 times in a row?
Fouled off again, and now he's in a 1-2 hole. The 1-2 pitch. Lays off 2-2 now. Even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. And here's a ball hit in the air. Ackley onto the grass. He can't get there as it falls in. Now at the plate, Connor Gillespie. He'll be looking for something he could drive into the gap and drive home that tying run from first. Number 28 is on, and he'll take over on the mound in relief.
Number 28.
Nick Hundley will come on to pinch hit now with a runner at first and nobody out.
Hundley.
Action now in the Angels bullpen as a left-hander starts to get loose. Now there's a changeup to start him out, but it drops low and away for ball 1. He comes in with that average down in the 240s. No home runs as of yet, and 8 runs batted in. Now a little pop-up off toward the first base side, and no one can get there. It's a foul ball. The set and the 1-1 pitch. A ball hit hard to the left side, but gloved by the third baseman for the out, and he will scurry back to first as he'll think twice about trying to move up. So striding in, Ichiro Suzuki. He'll be looking for something he could drive into the gap and drive home that tying run from first. A fastball off the plate away. It's ball 1. Runners on first with 1 down. And a changeup here, but that's taken low in the dirt for a ball.
On 2-0, you can bet he's looking for a fastball that he can turn on and drive. Might be thinking about picking on that big hole between first and second.
Softly hit out to short. And that's in there. Base hit. Trying to pick things up where he left off. Eduardo Nunez. He comes in with a couple of hits, including a triple in 4 at-bats. Houston Street answers the call from dugout as he'll try to record the final 2 outs of this one. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. And no swing, apparently. Ball 1. 1 out with the possible tying and go-ahead runs on base here. Now a good pitch on the inside part of the plate ties him up, and it's 1-1.
In a big spot like this, you have to be looking for something you can handle. That pitch bunched him up completely, so I think he's trying to do a little bit too much right now.
And indeed, he'll not even try as he goes to first, and that means 2 men are in scoring position now with 2 away.
First baseman.
Here's Joey Gallo now. The tying and go-ahead runs in scoring position. Game on the line, 2 men out. Now time is called here as we'll get a trip to the mound. Andrew Miller takes the ball now in inning number 9, looking to close the door.
24.
Will be called upon here to hit with the game on the line. too high that time with the slider to start the at-bat. It's ball one. The tying and go-ahead runs in scoring position. Game on the line, 2 men out. In the air now, out to right field. And he will make the catch to end it. And the Angels have finally found their way back into the win column as this ball game is over. Offensively, the Angels tonight relied heavily on the work of this man, Michael Brantley. Talk about a worthy recipient. He's our tops player of the game.
Hey, you could probably make an argument for a couple of other guys too, but it seemed like he had the most to do with his guys getting the win here.
Our final line score tonight. First for the victorious Angels. 4 runs, 12 hits. No errors. They left 6 men on base. For the Giants, 3 runs on 10 hits. No errors. They left 10 men on base. Time of the ball game, 3 hours and 9 minutes. Tonight's paid attendance at the Big A, 45,050. The Angels once again thank you for attending tonight's game and remind you to please drive home safely. Thank you and good night.